Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about buy this, not that. I have a full face of recommendations for you, putting drugstore affordable makeup up against high-end makeup. And I have some opinions. With that being said, if you have a different opinion, I would love to hear it in the comments. It's just makeup. We're having fun. It washes off at the end of the day. But if I can help you not spend money where you don't need to, I'd like to do that. So if that sounds interesting, just keep watching. I'm going to make my recommendations based on the order I put them on my face. So we are starting with eye primer. And for eye primer, who gets the vote? Drugstore. So drugstore eye primers are just as good as the high end. I have tried Anastasia Beverly Hills, I have tried Glamlight, I have tried a few different high-end eye primers, and honestly, I think drugstore does it just as good, if not better. This one is from Jason Wu. If you're not looking for one with pigment, I like the one from Wet n Wild. Eye primer is not where you need to spend your money. Face primer. You might have guessed, that is a different story for me. I am continuing on my oily skin journey, my texture smoothing journey, my makeup lasting all day journey, and I have to go high end. This is the Fenty Matte Primer. This is my number one as of right now. I am liking the Derma Blend, but of all the drugstore and all the high end, this is the one that stands out to me, and I've not had a drugstore primer hold up to this one. And I have to admit that when I have a primer that does step above and beyond, it has been high end. Brows. Brows is something that you do not need to spend money on. I have tried so many drugstore brow products that work great. The one that I have on today is the Wet n Wild. This is their micro pencil. I enjoy e.l.f. I enjoy BH. There are so many, the one from AOA, the Shop Missy, that's $1. I have used Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have used Benefit. I bought the Huda one. They seem to perform just the same. So eyebrow pencils, not where you need to spend your money. Moving on to foundation. Foundation is one. I'm gonna go high end on this one. I have some drugstore foundations that I enjoy very much, but I tend to, when I really want my skin to look flawless, when I really want to feel perfected, I'm gonna reach for high end. So today I have my Dior Face and Body Foundation on. I reach for my NARS Soft Matte. I reach for my Fenty over my drugstore foundations. It could be that I'm a sucker for the beautiful packaging, but truly I believe that it is the finish that it gives my skin, the long-lasting power that it gives my skin. Foundation is one that I believe it's worth it to spend a little bit more. Concealer. Let's jump on the other side, because for concealer, I have probably 10, I can show you my concealer collection if you want. Comment below if you would like to see that. I have, my guess is that I probably have 10 or 12 high-end, and I probably have 10 or 12 drugstore. And the one that I seem to go for more than any other is the one from e.l.f. e.l.f. is what I have on today. Drugstore concealer just seems to do it just as well as high-end. Does it do it better? I don't think so, but it does it just as well. Powder is gonna go to high-end. And for powder today, I use one of my two favorite powders. The first one is the Huda Beauty powder. This one is in the shade Pound Cake. My other very favorite powder is the one from Makeup Forever. This is in the banana shade. I love this. Got me into the puffs. Now I have puffs in both rooms because I love to pat my powder on with that. I love the powder from NYX. I love the powder from Wet n Wild, but when it really counts, when I'm really wanting to be flawless, I'm gonna go for one of these two. For bronzer, this one, it was a tie. I could not give it to high-end. I couldn't give it to drugstore. I love bronzer and I love them both the same. So in the video next to me, I think it's on this side, I'm going to be showing, I have one, I believe this side is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and on this side I have the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. I love both drugstore and high-end bronzers. I think that there are some that are not so great that are high-end, some that are not so great that are drugstore. Find one that works well for you. I love this. This is getting reformulated. I may have to pick up the new one, but it's hard considering I still have a ton of product in this one. You get a lot, and they both smell really good. So if you prefer chocolate, go Too Faced. If you prefer coconut, go Milani. But they are both, there are a lot of great bronzers out there, and I would love to hear your favorite bronzers in the comments, because that's one thing that I wouldn't mind having a larger collection of. For highlight, I'm giving it to drugstore. Today I have on the Revlon Skin Lights. I also love Wet n Wild's highlight. I love these pressed ones. I love the loose ones. Do I have high-end highlights that I love? Yes. Do I notice a difference? No, not often. So you can get away with a drugstore highlight. This one from Revlon reminds me of my favorite highlight from back in the day, which was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amorisi that they no longer make. So I get to enjoy something that looks very similar to that. Love it. For blush, I'm giving it to drugstore. I have the Honest Beauty blush on today. This is in the shade Coral Peach. Love it. Love the way it smells. Love the way it applies. Fantastic product. Another drugstore one that I would suggest to you is this one from Pixi. This one is, it's upside down. You can find this at Target or Target online. This is the Pixi and Louise Row. I did a dedicated video on this because you can use it in multiple ways. Very easy to just, let me find a peachy one, to put your finger in there and sort of tap it in, which I was very afraid to do at first, and now I'm over it. But they are so creamy and nice and not over pigmented. If you are heavy-handed like me, they give just the right amount. You don't have to keep going in and in and in, but you're not like power. For eyeshadow, that was an easy answer for me. I do believe that high-end is better than drugstore when it comes to eyeshadow. Most of the eyeshadows that you're going to find at the drugstore, the Milani, the CoverGirl, the Maybelline, in my humble opinion, they just are not the same quality as what you're going to find at the high-end stores. Product examples would be, I mean, the first thing that I thought of was Natasha Denona Confession. Today is the first day I've ever used this palette. This is the Mini Nude from Natasha Denona, and it is stunning, first of all. Second of all, I had no fear because I trust Natasha Denona's formula. I know that the colors are going to blend. I know that the shimmers are going to pop. I have not been let down yet by Natasha Denona. And some of her palettes are 65, some of them are, I believe, 125. This one is 25. So find a mini that you like and try it. You will not regret it. This is a basic palette, but this would be fabulous for most neutral lovers. So liners. Pencil liners, I'm gonna give it to drugstore. I've got one here from LA Girl. This is the one that I have on today. This is their Gel Glide liner. I like the one from Shop Missy. This is $1 pencil liner. These are pigmented, they stay on. This is the one from LA Girl. This is the one from Shop Missy. I mean, I was just shocked. I will, when I go on to Shop Missy's website, which I have a playlist, I will link. I think I pick one of these up every time I'm on there because it's always good to have backups, and they are quality liners. So for the top and bottom waterline, go drugstore. For liquid or gel liner, it goes to Inglot. I just tested the Colourpop one, and I'm still playing with it, but first impression, I could see that it wasn't as inky, black, smooth as this one. This is just the easiest winged liner I've ever done. I also did a video when I first got this because I was so just in love with this product. It's a $22 eyeliner, but the drugstore one that I got that I thought was a dupe dried out within a month. So disappointing. This one is well loved, and I will continue playing with this. And it's not going anywhere anytime soon and seems to be lasting. So sometimes you have to pay for that quality. For mascara, I'm giving it to the drugstore. I have beautiful high-end mascaras. I also have great drugstore mascaras that do just as good. Look at this. I brought out I have the Milani highly rated. Here is the Flower Beauty Warrior Princess. This is Lash Warrior. And then what I have on my eyes today is the one from Morphe. I love this Make It Big. I've done 2 Morphe videos probably in the last 6 months, and I've been really impressed, but great mascara. Build up, full volume, gorgeous. Next, I'll talk about gel to set your eyebrows. If you have unruly brows, you want to set your brows all day. I have tried Anastasia Beverly Hills. The Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I used that for years, thinking that that was the best. And are they both good brow gels? Yes, I do enjoy both of them, but there are some fantastic drugstore options out there as well. This I fell in love with, could not stop using it for months and months, and then recently, this is the NYX Brow Glue, and then I found the e.l.f. Brow Lift. I like the e.l.f. Brow Lift a little bit more than the NYX Brow Glue. This one, you can get a little bit of like white stuff in the brows, and it does fade away, but it's a little bit of a nuisance when you see it there, and it can be a little gummy, whereas this one just seems a little bit easier to work through. This one comes with a brush. This one you have to use your own brush, but I don't think it's a big deal to take a spoolie and bend it over and tap into that product, so I do like that. I also just picked up the brow wax from Colourpop that you have to spray. I think that video just went up. I will link it for you, but that one I'm still testing, but so far so good. I'm liking that as well. I think the last category is lips, and for lip liner, I'm gonna give it to the drugstore. My 2 biggest recommendations for drugstore liners are the Morphe liners. I think they're fabulous. This is Sweet Tea. I own 2 of these now because I liked it so much. I think they're $5. And the other one is Colourpop. These are both sharpen type pencils, but they are not dry and draggy and hard on the lips. The Morphe one I outlined, I filled in. They are creamy. I would say the Colourpop is probably a little bit creamier, but this still glides on great. Highly recommend both of these. I have had high-end lip liners. I bought the Natasha Denona. Is it? Yes. I bought the Charlotte Tilbury. I've had expensive lip liners, and they are great, don't get me wrong, but these last just as long and go on just as smooth. So save your money where you can. Next is lipstick. Lipstick goes to the drugstore. We're sticking with the drugstore here. 2 of my favorites. This one is from Revlon. This is their Super Lustrous Mattes. This one is in the shade Spiced Cocoa. I love this color. It glides on smooth on the lips. It's a nice sort of 90s brown. And the other one is the one I have on my lips today. This is the Milani Color Fetish Matte in the shade Tease, and this is just a little bit warmer. The Milani Tease is what I have on my lips today. Love my Melt lipstick. I love my Makeup by Mario lipstick, even though it broke again. It's just a stiffer formula. You can get some fantastic lip colors at the drugstore. And that leads me to gloss. And for gloss, we had a tie. These are probably 2 of my favorite glosses. This one is the Fenty Gloss Bomb, and this one is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. And on the top of my lip, I have the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is in the shade Crystal. And on the bottom, I have the Fenty Beauty. This is in Fenty Glow. They both feel so similar. It stays on, it's not sticky, it feels luxe. It's beautiful. I mean, the Fenty one might be a half a step above the Maybelline, but not enough that if I ran out of gloss and if there was no sale going on, I would go buy another Maybelline. If there was a sale going on, heck yeah, I am grabbing another Fenty. So they are both beautiful products. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you found it informative. I will have all the products that I discussed in the description box below, linked for your shopping convenience. They are not affiliate links, but if you want to find a product that I'm talking about easily, you can do it there. If you've not subscribed to my channel already, I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave. I post videos 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I truly would love for you to join my YouTube family. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And as always, leave me a comment. Let me know you were here. Let me know if you have a differing opinion. Let me know if you think I am spot on, what your favorite products are. I love to try new things. I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.